The classic Zariel here in the Devil Jin, so very, very excited for this one.
I'm excited because there's a 7 on the screen. SnipedSox, one of the few 7s out there. I think Stingray's kind of the only other one who's really been playing this relatively new legend. Definitely legal here for the mid-season championship.
Yep.
And the coolest thing about her is she's got this spear and she's got the ability to kind of switch up her elements. She can come in, starts off with the lightning, but she can put on a flamethrower and bring in the heat.
Yeah, the flame side sig is very, very good at catching cross-ups and landings. It's super active. It has a very strong hitbox from behind them, so it'll scoop you and take you throughout the whole thing. And then you have the lightning that's faster, really great at dodge read, immediate swing to get some extra damage off. So, two very strong options. And the cannon as well, I mean, it makes sense that we're seeing 7 in 2s, especially with this weapon combination of spear and cannon, two very strong 2s weapons.
Yeah, I'm very solid, and you're already seeing early lead coming out for Prplexity and SnipedSox as they were able to take down Anime and Maid. Maid coming in here on the Kaya, definitely an interesting pick. I'm used to seeing Maid on the Mordex, but again, Kaya definitely really popular in the meta right now for 2s.
I feel like I think of those two legends hand in hand almost, of like the esports legends, if you will. You got Mordex and Kaya, and we've been seeing a lot of Kaya here. I feel like, Kaya got some sig nerfs, but has still found a lot of success. And even though Bo is in a questionable spot in 1's meta, in 2's I think has a lot of success so far. We have 2 Bows on the screen.
I mean, being able to get those big sig follow-ups, and then that's kind of one of the big reasons why Prplexity's on the Zariel. People have found out, Zariel sig's really, really good, especially again with that grab property. You can see 2 people stacked up, you get one of them for free, and if your teammate's the other one, they get out for free. Ooh, nice interrupt there coming out from Prplexity. Got over that down sig, not able to get the follow-up there.
Another pickup there, drop from SnipedSox. We saw the ground pound lineup, but the Zariel sig comes in, and SnipedSox covering the attempt to land on Prplexity with a recovery, I believe, and they both find a KO, and they're up a stock again.
That was so sick. SnipedSox with the coverage came down with that down sig and ended up knocking him away. Okay, nice downlight recovery, good direction there from Maid, trying to keep that stock count a little bit more even.
Trying to land with that cider to whip punish the attempt back, but Onyx is able to pick up on it. Anime closing out that stock as we get to a last stock situation. Immediately, a very close match here.
Yeah, and I love that Prplexity respawned immediately sidelights. It's like, no team combos, can't give you that time.
Nice landing side air, get some extra damage here, trying to create that space, but they both exchange gauntlet nairs, and we're back to center. I mean, they are both scrapping, but the red team playing that swarm offense really on top of each other and just waiting for that opportunity. And I think Prplexity finding a big opportunity there. Gets the side sig, but another interrupt, but the end sig from SnipedSox is 7 and the side air to follow as well as they both make it back onto the stage in orange right now. And Anime gets hit with the pogo, the weapon toss doesn't connect, but Anime with the sweat beads, Prplexity going low with the side air on the gauntlet, closes out that game. SnipedSox, Prplexity taking the first game. That's pretty shocking to me.
Dude, they're really good as a team.
Yep.
There's so many different little nuanced moments where I'm like, okay, this is a 2v2 team. These are 2 very solid players. One thing that I'm thinking about right now is that Prplexity, he hit the side signature, right? And then you saw the interrupt come out. There was the Onyx cannon downlight, but then immediately SnipedSox comes over there and is like, okay, you're gonna interrupt, but I'm still gonna cover the person who got out of that side signature to guarantee that KO because there was enough damage. They're like, you know what, we're just gonna focus down that person. I just really like that, those small, very brief moments where they're making it the perfect decision.
Yeah, and I think a mark to me of 2 players that are extremely aggressive, playing very on top of it, is when they are kind of both stacked on each other. We saw moments where other teams will kind of split up. I think that's a common thing where it's like, okay, reset, split up. The red team is stacking on top of each other, dashing with each other, jumping with each other, and then you see Prplexity who just swings high with a gauntlet to cover a jump away because you don't want to get caught in the death ball that red team can be, and it works out in such a big way. And it's really honestly cool to see this red team really putting on a show. Like, they are very, very solid here.
Well, we're seeing Maid making the swap over to the Wushang. Kind of the classic combo. That Wushang Onyx is definitely a really popular combo for the 2v2 scene.
Sig, I mean, it just does so much damage. It's so much of everything. A very, very strong legend in the Yang here.
The save attempt, Prplexity not able to get below, but a nice gravity cancel neutral sig, and it hits the angle there, but Maid has enough movement.
Nice dodge up to avoid that down air from Anime. Very active hitbox. You have to time that very well. Very important to have the control to, even after your reversal doesn't go well, to not let it get to you too much and still find correct timings on dodges. Little things like that that save you your stocks. Getting caught with that down sig though, charged up as well.
Yeah, really messed with the timing on Prplexity there. You saw him try to side sig to punish it, but Maid held just long enough that Prplexity got caught by that blast out.
Catching SnipedSox, or SnipedSox catching Prplexity there with that down sig. Nice recovery to send Anime high. Let's see the juggle attempt. SnipedSox just lands and tries to get some space for Prplexity, who's getting zoned out by this spear pretty well, but finally SnipedSox finding a recovery there to close out that stock.
Both Prplexity and SnipedSox really trying to catch Anime there, but Anime finding a way to weave through all of that, not able to hit the neutral air, but might be a situation where he's willing to risk a stock here to take one of the red teams because he's so damaged on his first stock still.
Nice snare there to interrupt that ground pound attempt. Prplexity on the unarm actually contend with Anime in a good way. Big pickup from SnipedSox, who tries to turn it around to the other side of the stage, but Anime won't see any of that. The recovery comes in and unarmed with the gauntlet. It's a classic combo. It leads into a sig. Prplexity doesn't find the wall there, and this is a big open up for the blue team. Anime with a double sig connection, and Anime with the double KO back-to-back, the double back-to-back sig there too. Anime is playing on fire right now. This is the Onyx I expected to see.
Yeah, dude, he is using that sig kit so well. The slide charge off the soft platform to get that down signature, which SnipedSox was definitely not expecting. Also just some great decision making, but right now, 1v2 Prplexity has to get around the 4 stocks of the blue team. This is borderline impossible.
Uses the gravity cancel sig to get themselves back onto the wall, but Anime with the slide off into the gravity cancel, down like ground pound, the extended tap in, even into a sig there. That was not necessary.
The down sig was not necessary. He was like, yo, I'm going out here for this. And his teammate's like, no, I got it, down like ground pound. Come on, I've done this like a million times. But either way, fantastic W going out for Maid and Anime. I love the back and forth because that first game was definitely a little bit of a surprise, but Maid and Anime made that quick adjustment. And that's what you expect out of these kind of higher experienced teams.
I definitely think the legend swap worked extremely well. Yeah, I mean, we saw the Gauntlet 6 finding so much success on the Wushang or the Aang, and it just did so much. I mean, you see the damage. Look how even their damage split is. A difference of less than 30 from Anime and Maid. So they're both very on top of it, both leaning towards the gauntlets, but never really at the same time. We were seeing a lot of like, one has gauntlets, one has the other, and that actually worked out really well because cannon and spear cover so much good space that, definitely complements each other well.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a really hard thing to do, is juggle your weapons and manage it so that you're not using the same one at the same time to avoid that same move DI, or at the very least just keeping track of what moves your teammate hit the opponent with so that you're not following up with the same move for that DI.
And as we say that, I mean, Anime and Maid on a big open with the double gauntlet so far. SnipedSox taking quite a bit of damage for Prplexity, very low off stage. We see the recovery, unarmed SnipedSox, who has yet to really find any activation in this game, but nice little open up there with the unarmed.
Yeah, and that's where that grab property, not your friend, because it only grabbed one of the 2 blue team members. But still, red team starting to swing back into this one. It was a big start for the blue team, but because it didn't lead to a KO, red team's right back in it.
Trying to line up that down air there. SnipedSox looking for any opportunity to try to reversal a stock, but you don't find it. And while all of that's happening, the blue team is taking a stock apiece. Right now, I mean, you got to make something happen as the red team. I feel like it's slowly, just the momentum is catching on for Maid and Anime. But a nice open up there, or a nice KO confirm is going to find that stock.
Okay, Maid currently unarmed, still sitting on that first stock. Soft punish on the whiff down sig, but Maid not really going for any weapon spots. He's been unarmed for a hot minute here.
See the recovery in the nair there. Prplexity avoids their own teammates' damage. Going for that downer, avoiding the ground pound is very important. Maid makes their way back too. The sweat beats come out, but the ground pound on SnipedSox from all the way up there is able to find that stock and make this a much closer game for the blue team. Sorry, the red team.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely closer for both teams, really, is because Anime being in the red, and wow.
Let's go, Cannon.
Maid got knocked around there for a moment.
It's still going. Nice avoidance on that gravity cancel downlight. That would have been the end of the stock, so very important movement for Maid to avoid it, not burn any resources while you're at it.
Suddenly, looking like a red team game, considering SnipedSox not too damaged. Almost everybody else in that KO percentage. Prplexity gonna be the first one to fall. Nice down sig, and it's the fire, so it's gonna hurt. Maid gonna lose his second stock after living for so long on the first one.
Nice movement from Anime on the wall here, just waiting for Maid to find some footing on the stage and then joining your teammate on the stage. A very common strategy, but done so well as right now Anime just taking so much space and doing so much damage. Finds a dodge up, doesn't find the read connection though. Downlight into Nair doesn't connect for SnipedSox. Prplexity catching their own teammate in that side light, and the red team kind of scrambling for a semblance of control here as the blue team are very, very solid right now.
Ooh, I like that spot dodge to avoid the weapon toss that was coming in from SnipedSox. Big recovery, gonna launch 2 people, but neither of them able to find that second recovery for that KO, both of them in the red.
Nice Nair there, send back off stage. Anime in a pretty tough spot here, but finds their weapon. Okay, that's the first one to lose their second stock. The recovery comes in from Maid, who catches in a side sig.
Oh, Prplexity.
Nice.
Okay, sideline, not gonna connect with that neutral signature. Good dodge, actually got through the neutral signature from Prplexity. They're looking for the KO onto Prplexity. You can see Anime not wanting to overcommit. He wants to stay on stage in case he needs to dash over and help out against SnipedSox, but he was covering that corner.
Oh, the N-Sig comes in and Anime picks up on the room that Maid left behind, and right now SnipedSox in a pretty tough 2v1 situation, but the double gauntlets is online. The side air comes in, kind of catching their own teammate there, but still a tremendous amount of damage, trying to combo the side air into the weapon toss. It doesn't work, but a ground pound from Anime taps in that game, and they are up 2-1 now. A lot closer than the last game, but still the blue team, the momentum, you can definitely feel it building.
Yeah, for sure. There's one thing that I think really helps out this this team in those 2v2s, especially when they're all off stage. And one thing that I'm noticing a lot is that Maid will be on the higher position and he'll make sure that he's knocking the opponent up. He's knocking them away from Anime so that Anime has the 1v2 in the off stage while also covering for him. And I think that's just really, really smart play coming out from Anime. Hey, look, it's defensive. He's very patriotic looking.
And that's Sapdragon. Shout out to both of them. The beach looks good on Brawlhalla.
It does.
It looks good on Brawlhalla. Everyone looks much happier. It's good to see. Not that we're not happy all the time anyway, but you know the beach
that
brings
vitamin
out.
D is just crazy.
First time experiencing sun as Brawlhalla
I
commentator.
haven't stepped outside in days. All right, here we go. Game number 4. Maid and Anime off the reversal, currently up 2-1. SnipedSox and Prplexity, no character swaps just yet.
You see a nice little spear open up there from Maid, who has found a lot of success on the spear at controlling space. Something we'll bring up a lot in Two's commentary is like someone to control space is very important, especially when you have someone of such high octane game plan as Anime who gets caught in that sig, but it's still a really big scramble on the right side of the stage. Prplexity somehow the worst forward. Anime trying to find a KO, but SnipedSox reversals that one as Prplexity kind of sets it up for SnipedSox's recovery. Clean stuff. Oh, but a side sig comes in from Maid to close out that stock. It is a very back and forth game. Maid has taken no damage though.
Yeah, I mean, really, Anime was the one, like we talked about, just taking all the attention and all the damage from the red team. That's why he got taken out so quick.
Yep.
But meanwhile, Maid got to run wild, took a lot of, or put a lot of damage out onto the red team. Yeah.
Okay, nice end light there from SnipedSox to just swat Anime back off stage, but you know, Maid is just so on top of playing that supportive role in a lot of spots. Anime, I mean, Cannon in general can put you in some bad spots, but then Maid is just so willing to pick up on it. Nice downlight into the side there. Big
touch!
Doesn't touch. Wow, they were so high up too. I thought the drift would be enough, but it wasn't. Maid with that end light and continuing this edge guard on Prplexity, who's definitely struggling to find the way back. Anime picks up with the end light. Prplexity going for the down air there. No jumps. The sweat beats come out, and another stock taken from a lack of resources off stage. The blue team are up 5 stocks to 2 in total. It's really, really rough here.
There's such good players. This blue team, what happened there was Maid burned like everything, trying to just get the opponent to sweat beat spot, and the Anime was like, okay, all I have to do is make sure you don't touch the wall. Came in with just a neutral light to cover, and then it was like, all right, you're just gonna have to watch yourself fall for a moment. Man, Maid's still on that first stock. Holy
That's
cow.
what I'm saying, it's crazy. And still finding stocks there, gets the down stick there. Can we find that tap in? Doesn't SnipedSox, thinking they're lucky. Stars there, but Prplexity without a weapon, landing with that ground pound on the spear. When the spear players figure out you can just do that, just ground pound, you're gonna find some success. And I mean, it's a lot closer game than it was a moment ago.
Still not out of the woods. The down sig catches Prplexity. Maid is just gonna 1v1 SnipedSox. You can see Anime, he's just watching.
I'll let you cook. Yeah, SnipedSox without resources. Anime following off, padding that SIG connection percentage stat, and that's gonna be a 3-1 for the blue team. Made in anime, very, very solid stuff.
I'm thinking about that last moment. It's such a nothing burger of a moment, but he does a gravity cancel down Sid to put the flamethrower on the spear, and in my head, I'm like, well, that's a weird distance.